You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
I will never throw down, like, you're in the punt and you're like, okay, I'm going to have one last big throw at something. In terms of dishes, it's only a 7 where I do my last stand. Where I do my, like, you know, King Leonidas, like, this is fucking Sparta. It's 7.
Why?
I don't know why. It's something about the black.
The black and the yellow.
The black where it's like, this is your last stand. Like, you're not doing a last stand on a yellow. Nothing against yellow, but like, yellow's not a last stand color.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Black is. Like, something like...
Is red a last stand color?
No, red is like, if I see like a $3 to $4 dog in red, it's like an auto bet for me. It's like an auto bet.
Is 1 red and 8's pink?
Yep.
Me and Harvey, I'm trying to remember what our philosophy was when we were sitting up at the Royal in Bondi, but it was like regional favourites over fucking $1.90, you just hump them. Like regional horses, favourites, over like $1.90 or over $2. If you're a regional favourite, just get on it. Obviously, it's not foolproof, but the consistency of a regional donkey over $2.
But it's about consistency. It's about having a constitution. Phil Gould loves the word constitution. Constitution, maybe it doesn't work right, but at least you're sticking to something.
You're the Phil Gould of dishes and punting.
But like if you're changing shit up all the time, but like we talked about earlier today, it's like you go on the dance floor, there's a song, you know how to sing along, you dance to the song, they leave, you have a cigarette, you go around there, you order one more drink, you have another date, you start finding another part. You've got a constitution. You're going with the flow of the night because you understand the constitution. When you start changing everything because you're panicking, it just fucks you out and you're on the toilets doom scrolling before you know it. You know what I mean? You've got to have a constitution and stick to the constitution, and maybe the constitution doesn't work ever and you move on. But some constitution, if you're out there just not having a constitution isn't shooting from a hip. Shooting from a hip, you're shooting literally from the same spot. So therefore, that's a constitution. I'm shooting from the hip. But if you're just going out there, just going, no idea what the fuck you're doing. Oh, I like this name bet. Oh, I like this number. Oh, I like this on numbers. Have a fucking constitution in dishes. Have it in life, and you'll get through better.
And what's your constitution tonight?
My constitution tonight
Yep.
is that it's going to be live punting dishes. I am not going to look at anything until 5 minutes before, and I'm not going to overthink anything because I don't want to. I never overthink stuff. So it's 5 minutes before. Have a look at it. Do my usual thing. Again, I like my numbers 1, 2, 5, 7. As I said, the first 4 numbers of your mobile number after the 04. 1, 2, 04, 1, 2, 5, 7. That's my fucking number. You can guess the rest, but. Yeah.
Bleep that out.
But if I'm
But if something pops up, you can decide to go, okay, I'm
like Ella's babe.
Ella's babe pops up.
Yeah.
Go at it. You go at it.
It's going to get fucking one of the great licks tonight.
If Ella's babe, something like Ella's babe pops up for you, it's like you don't even look at anything else.
No.
Why
would you?
Why would you?
Why would you?
But that's part of your constitution. You
And
allow yourself.
Favorite, $3.80.
You allow yourself to pivot.
Right where I want to.
You allow yourself to pivot.
Because that'll boost to 4s.
It's like if you're making a movie, you go to film school, you can't break the rules until you know the rules yourself.
Is that right?
Yeah. Like there's certain rules.
Was that like fucking like shooting thirds and
The rule of thirds.
Well, that is like the most basic rule. And that's more like
but you can't break the rule until you fucking rules.
You can't break the rules. So if you've got the opening of Inglourious Bastards, right? So there's the rule if you're filming an interview with someone, say it's me and you, I would probably be framed on the left hand looking like that. And you would be framed on your left hand looking like that. So the natural conversation meets at the normal point. If we're both looking different ways, it's just fucking weird. But Inglourious...
Yes, I understand what you mean. Yep.
And then so Inglourious Bastards at the beginning where they're having that interrogation scene with the French dude and the Jew hunter.
Yeah.
What Tarantino does, he changes the eye direction, but he makes it make sense by lifting the camera up and you get a tracking shot of him going around. But to the layman, and I'm the layman as well, I just saw this in an interview, it's that all of a sudden the eye direction has changed. And you know how tense that scene is?
Yes.
And so those little eye direction changes that you're not even picking up just makes you feel weird and something's off.
It makes you feel,
right. There's something's going on.
And so he's
wrong.
breaking the rules there because he knows the rules. He knows what the rules are and then he can break the rules. He's a film director. We're just dishy punters.
Yeah.
Know your rules. and then you can break them.
Can you tell her I need fucking that to be clipped up about the Constitution, and you need to edit Sebo's head onto Phil Gould walking between the posts.
Yeah.
For State of Origin, giving that whole Constitution chat, please. Now, we were just talking cricket off mic before we came back here. Have you seen David Warner's comments?
No.
David Warner.
What Constas get yesterday?
He got 43 off 97.
Oh, listen.
Not much. Where'd that come from?
Well, sorry, he got a duck in. Oh, sorry, he got 2 in the first innings. I'd
Yeah.
forgotten that he was batting again.
Okay.
7 cricket. Where did I see this?
I've got him up here.
Here it is. David Warner. I'm always available. Just got to pick up the phone. I'm always dead serious. Let's be honest. The guys have played 1 red ball game since their last test match in February. So I've almost had the same preparation. Honestly, if they really need myself for this series, I'm more than happy to play the next Shield game and go out there and play. I did retire for the right reasons to finish the game, and I wanted to finish. But my hand is up if they desperately need someone. I'm not going to shy away from that. I'm just like, this feels like to me like when Steph broke up with me before Bali, but then was like, do you want to still go on the holiday together? I'm like, what do you want? Do you want me or do you not want me? Like, do you want to be with me or not?
The answer was no.
The answer was no, she didn't, right?
She didn't
But
want to
stop
be with
playing with my emotions, David.
Stop playing with my heart.
Stop
my
playing
achy
with my
breaky heart.
Yeah, I just don't think
You'll
you understand. That if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I might something. Da, da, da. I would like. There's a part of me. I'm not going to lie, because I am in what clearly now seems to be sort of a mentally abusive relationship between myself being a cricket-loving person and David Warner, a great of the Australian cricket team. Maybe I do want you back, but I don't really want you back. I know what's good for me and good for Australian cricket is probably just to usher in the next generation. But I'm like,
No,
you got a lot of tons for us.
What you want back is you want
I want the good times.
You want the good times back. You want the swashbuckling fucking David Warner,
100 in a session.
who's getting 100 in a session in Perth, who's getting 70 ball hundreds. Like, that's the David you want back, and that's the David you're not going to get. You're not going to get that David.
No.
David's been slipping for a while because of his age, so that's fine. David, one of the greats we've ever produced, particularly when measured across all 3 formats, Tom. No one's saying a bad word about Dave unless you've got something against him personally, and then you're a fuckwit. But from a playing perspective, unbelievable. However, it is 2024 going into 2025, Tom. We've said farewell to David at Sydney last year.
We broke up.
A lot of people were like, did he even deserve that? Which he did.
Well, he got 100 last year.
But people were arguing it before the summer. Do you remember that? They were.
Yeah. He got 100 in Perth, didn't he?
David, the nation must move on because whilst you are correct in saying that there's only been 1 Shield game, we're halfway through the second, whilst you're correct in saying that no one really knows who's going to fucking open alongside Khawaja, we do have India this summer, but this is basically a fucking prep for next summer.
Yeah.
Really? Like, I know that this summer's very, very important, and I would agree with you wholeheartedly. But I'd be prepared to lose this summer, find and bring along a great opener that can then guarantee success against England than this summer. Do you know what I mean?
Excuse me.
If I had to choose between the two.
Yes.
In an ideal world, we'd just win both. Which is what I hope we were doing. But David, I don't want you to get in the way.
No, you are going to get in the way of me moving on and of my growth. Like, you need to allow me to move on.
Well, exactly. And if you call me every day, love bomb me, saying, well, maybe I do want to fuck you again. And then I start thinking about the time you had your way with me after dinner, and I'm thinking of those nice times.
Yeah, those nice times, exactly, where, the kids are in bed and we did it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And like
Couple of times.
And
it was hot. It was passionate.
It was hot, sweaty stuff. But like, that's not what it finished. That's not what it was. That's not how it ended.
That's not how it ended. It ended with half-assed hand jobs and I've got a migraine. I don't want to have sex with you. That's what
That's how it ends.
That's how it ends.
That's how it ends.
Tell you what I've started watching. Monk.
You are so fucking weird, dude.
Monk with that tizened guy.
Dude, Jack, honestly, like in the years I've known you, in the years I've known you, and you do a bunch of weird shit, and we all do, and some of it is the rich tapestry of life and the reasons why I love you. This has got to be in the fucking podium, if not the top, for the most absurd thing to just get into.
Why Monk?
Monk
Where does
hasn't.
that come
When
from?
did Monk finish? When did Monk?
I'm going to say 2005.
How do you get into Monk, dude?
Till 2009.
2009, you get it.
Who we started
Who
using?
gets you
How many
onto
seasons
Monk?
was it on for?
He was an alien in Men in Black as well.
Different guy.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, he did. He was an alien. How? What? Come on.
The alien in Men in Black.
He was an alien.
Sorry,
in Men
I
in
was
Black.
thinking, dude, where's my car?
8
8 seasons.
That's
So I'm
more.
gonna
I
say seasons.
thought Monk was like fucking almost.
No,
one and
Monk
done.
got into its work, but it's fucking
Yeah.
Monk.
Yeah, let me tell you why.
Can you give me a quick synopsis of Monk?
Yeah.
So his wife was killed in a car bomb. All right?
Yep.
He was a normal, tremendous detective.
Car bomb back when like terrorism was like in vogue.
Stinks of that.
Yeah.
doesn't
When
it?
they're pushing it.
Yep.
What'd they start? Fucking around 98.
2002.
Suck me
Yeah,
off. Very
so
close.
Monk started 202,
202.
just after the towers went down.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's real. That's real.
That's post-tower
That's
stuff.
tower stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not talking
WMDs.
where we started at university.
No, no,
Car
no.
bomb was hot at the time.
Yeah, it was
Real hot.
Yeah.
Now his wife's been murdered in a car bomb.
IEDs.
He has then developed a severe OCD anxiety disorder
Yeah.
that I think only alleviates his skill of detective work. It makes him almost Sherlock Holmes-esque.
Oh, makes it better, not alleviates.
But fucking annoying. Sorry. Yes. Sorry.
So he's an
alleviates.
OCD disorder, and then he also sort of,
Alleviates, yeah.
Sorry.
There's a couple
yeah.
of fuck ups there.
Couple of
Keep
big
going.
few big days.
OCD disorder, yeah.
So he's unconventional but brilliant. And listen,
Does he play by the rules, or does he like to break them?
Well, if he's brewing, he breaks them.
so far he doesn't mind breaking them. But only due to his ailments.
Okay, well, so he's like,
He's not
sorry,
breaking
I
them.
broke him. I'm crazy.
He's not Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon, put it that way.
No.
But he,
But
for example,
is he leaning on his anxiety as an excuse?
well, look, there was a sharpshooter in the city. All right? He's the only cop that saw him escape out the window. He's chased him, decided to conquer his fear of heights, climb up the ladder outside of the building.
Yeah.
He becomes petrified with fear, unable to move. The killer goes right by him and escapes.
Okay. Can I just...
So
Why is he scared of heights now?
well,
I think
it's everything. It hits him when it hits him.
Scared of everything.
Okay, I've just got a question. Oh, not a question. It's more of a statement as well. And I guess you sort of, I'm sort of harping back to that discussion we had maybe a month or so ago. Yeah. If you ever tell me you don't have time for anything, like I can't.
Oh,
I
hold
won't.
on. Hold on. So I can't sit at home at night and
Of
watch
course
Monk.
you can watch Monk, but I'm just saying that
okay, be
Monk,
honest with you. Be
if
honest
you're
with your
watching a
friend.
brand new show, I'd be like, yeah, dude, it's a brand new show.
Oh, but shit.
Monk.
And let me tell
Monk's not good.
you, I disagree.
How'd you get into it?
I gave it a chance.
So you just saw it when I watched this?
I saw
Where'd you
Monk
see
and I
it?
thought
Where'd
I'd
you
you
see
see
it?
on Netflix.
You saw Monk on Netflix.
Yeah, I thought I'd give it a chance.
Can you be honest with me? How much Monk have you watched today?
Today?
Yeah.
Look, might have been an ep this morning. I'm up to season.
You're watching Monk before midday.
Yeah, some pre-midday Monk. I don't think
you're not just watching it at night.
I don't think it's the craziest
Monk
thing you've ever
before
heard.
midday.
Monk before midday.
So hectic, dude.
I'm not shocked by that.
Okay, I had a bit of time.
Monk before midday is psychotic.
Dude, that's so psycho, dude.
Post training, I had a bit of Monk.
So you did 50 the best this morning.
50 the best.
Had a chalky milk and went home and watched Monk.
Want some Monk?
I'll tell them a story about when did that come.
What's
on
8 inches in centimetres?
That's a good story.
Because I'm a metric guy.
Yeah, but I can
17
understand inches.
20
centimetres.
centimetres.
20 centimeters.
That's fucking huge.
That is huge.
8 inches.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's really gross. Yeah. Ugh. But no, this one time.
But do you send dick pics?
No. This
But
time,
he attempted to once.
there was this one guy.
Oh, you attempted to?
I was really tired and I was chatting to him and he was from the UK and I was going over to the UK in like a week and we were chatting and he was like, he starts to send me nude photographs and I was like,
fully nude.
yeah. And I was like, oh, like, I don't want to kind of take part in this. And I was just kind of responding, oh, hot, haha, like, so not giving anything. And then he goes, all right, your turn. I was like, fuck, I feel bad. Like, I have to do something. And I was so tired and so not horny that, like, I was obviously soft. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, what do I do? Like, I genuinely, because I can't send a photo of my soft dick. So I put the phone, like, on my bed and then I just, like, leant over it and started recording and just, like, slapped my flaccid dick on the phone and then just, like, sent it off. And it was like, it was making those noises. It was like,
That's great, dude.
oh, it was chat.
so fucking
What
so
the fuck?
funny.
Why did you think of that? I think that's sort of genius, though.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? It looked huge from
Well, there you
underneath.
go. Yeah, there you go. Like it's your fucking, it's a
Wow.
big
It was just
fucking
a
elephant's
complete-
trunk
funny.
raining down. Punters and Dribblers, we are brought to you by 4 Pines Japanese Lager. Firstly, a quick shout out to all of you who got behind voting for the greatest beer in the land. In the Gab's Hottest 100, we were getting absolutely flogged in the DMs with your screenshots of your votes. Don't know when the results come in, but it's no surprise that the punter and the dribbler get around 4 Pines Japanese Lager ready because it really is a top drop.
It's just too easy, mate. It's too easy to get around great beer. It's as simple as that. The Japanese lager fucks the house down. If you haven't tried it yet, get it together. Go get your keys. Tell the missus you're popping out for 5. Nip down to your local and get a case or a 6-pack, whatever floats your rugby league boat, and get it down the gob because it is elite stuff. 4 Pints Japanese lager, best in class.
Best in class, 100% satisfaction rate, 100%. Punters and Dribblers, with the start of every new year, it also it kicks off a bunch of promises you make to yourself. I'm going to get fitter. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to drink less. How about this one? How about you start taking some fucking vitamins? Because we all know no one's doing that, or at least you weren't until you found Good Day Daily Multivitamins. Easy to slip into the routine. 1 sachet a day into water. You shake that shit up and you drink it.
And very, very affordable, Tom. I got a smoothie the other day. It was like $25. That's basically, you get 1.5 smoothies, right? 1.5 smoothies for the price of a 30-day subscription to Good Day. Like, that's how fucking affordable it is. So no excuses. BeGoodHealth.com.au, code dribblers for 10% off.
Boom.
Pair that with subscription, get 20% off. Boom.
Now, I know you're sitting there asking, you're screaming at the potty going, what about the buffet?
Yeah, I will say this because there were a few people that made comment, Eddy. Sorry, I do have a child called Evie. Where the fuck was the buffet coverage? Because we did say we'd cover the buffet.
Yeah, right.
We didn't cover the buffet, but I would like to make this point. Until you fucking eyeball a buffet like that, you don't know what you're going to do. Like, you don't know how you're going to behave in a moment of, like, fight or flight, danger, fucking whatever else.
Exactly. Like, you dream of fucking a 10, man or woman. You do, but you don't know how you're going to perform.
Correct.
When the lights are on.
Yep.
In that moment.
And this is a
Do you
10.
put in the performance of your life, or do you fucking shrivel up?
Yeah.
Do you come early? Do you make a mockery of yourself? Are you covered in your own nut going, sorry about that? Like, who knows, right? You don't know. What we do know is that the buffet is breathtaking.
Yeah.
And once you've got a buffet of that substance, of that desirability in front of you, you're not thinking camera. You're not thinking phone.
The
You're
last
thinking, how do I get into that
Because
line?
I tell you what as well, whilst we are in the content game, have been for a while now, I'm not a 15-year-old at a Kid Leroy concert who's going to experience the whole thing through my phone.
Yep.
I am a 35-year-old father of 2, soon to be 3, who has got eyes for one thing and one thing only, and that is a buffet that will make me come on myself. And when you want to see... When you stand at the top of that buffet and you sort of just survey what's down the line there, you had veal, you had lamb cutlets, you had salt and pepper calamari,
Which was exquisite.
fucking exquisite. Not enough
Calamari,
people got into it.
I find this, punters and dribblers, and I think you'll agree with me, calamari is a difficult one because it sweats. So usually when you get your hands on it, it's fucking soggy and scat. This wasn't. This was crispy.
Well, it had
calamari.
been allowed to sweat, and it had been allowed for the sweat to evaporate. The genius of it, Eddie, the genius of it is that they had the lid to the calamari open. Were it closed, it would have sweat and it would have sogged. This did not sog for a moment.
Not a moment. You had prawn cocktails there that were fucking ridiculous.
Chippies.
Did I mention you had gravy? You had chips. You had broccoli covered in cheese. Punters and dribblers, covered in cheese. It's like a cheesy cauliflower, but it was a cheesy broccoli.
Yep.
And I'm cool with that. Me and broccoli are good mates. Did I mention there was veal? Someone cutting it for you.
Yeah. Some guy
There was
there.
a sashimi bar. There was oysters. There was lobsters.
Yeah.
There was prawns. Was there lobster? No.
No,
there
but it was
prawn.
crab. It was crab.
It was crab.
I would like to make a point as well of shouting out the Verve Clicquot doing the rounds.
Yeah. Only Verve.
Only Verve.
You could only drink. You wanted champagne, Verve only.
It was only Verve.
Like if you went there
Clicquot.
looking for a bit of yellow, Glenn, you're in the wrong room.
Sorry, dude. Get down to GA where the yellow Glens
You're in
hang
the
out.
wrong room.
It was no yellow Glen to be seen. None of that horse piss.
Nah.
The horses piss out.
Verve
that.
and Verve only, and there was a lot of waiters in there, so you didn't have to wait too long.
Well, you basically just had to look around, and someone was waiting there for you. Basically, everyone had their own personal Clicquot bottle, served responsibly, of course.
Of course. I think that goes without saying,
Yeah.
Tom. There was beautiful chicken. Did I mention that?
Look, there was.
There was this fucking thing of fries was huge.
Pork belly.
Humongous.
Crispy pork belly. The crispiest, dude. And now I made the right decision of not eating breakfast before in anticipation. And
Of greatness.
somehow I feel like I needed to stretch my stomach though, but like I almost regret. I don't know how you could like stretch your stomach before a big buffet like that.
Yeah.
Like, do I drink a lot of water, swell that bitch out, throw it all back up, and then get in there for a buffet? Is that sort of a way
You
to
need to talk to that Mr. Hot Dog guy.
Joey Chest?
Joey Chest.
Yeah.
Joey Chestnut. Just be like, what's
Kobayashi.
the lay of the land here, dude? How do I get the stomach ready for a buffet of that sort of consequence? We said, Tom and I, you know, it's nice to be in a room with movers and shakers, doing a bit of moving and a bit of shaking.
Yep.
But I would have liked, given the buffet and what it was all about, just to be there with me old mate, maybe in me undies. You know
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
what we were thinking.
And just walking around this thing on our own terms.
What I would have liked, Eddie, and we did remark
in
about
terms of
this,
like no plate.
was getting everyone out of the room, by you and I,
Yep.
turning the lights off, keeping the big
dimming 'em.
screens on.
Dimming 'em.
Dim, and they don't have to be pitch black because you would like to be able to see the buffet. But I do imagine those huge screens would illuminate the room to a sufficient amount for me to see the buffet.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Everyone out there, maybe save except for like two waiters who are bringing us Verve,
Yep.
and we've got
And tequila.
tequila. Just two waiters to do whatever we please, basically, from a serving perspective. Punters and dribbles are not pigs. Probably a couple of lazy boys. I'd ask for them not to be leather because there's some sweating going to happen when I'm eating. You know what I mean? If we're eating at the scale we expect, there's going to be some sweat, and I don't want to stick to it. And I'm going to be in my undies, so it's
Yep.
going to be bare skin on bare. It's going to be leather on leather.
Listen, we can't be on leather.
No.
That's just know that.
It's just-
Lay a towel down.
Yeah, well, get us a couple of towels.
Lay a towel down.
Or, whatever.
And
they
don't
fucking-
make it white. I want this to be a dark towel. I don't want to see what I've done to it.
No, God, no. Black towels.
Black towels.
Black towels.
Black or brown?
Like black tie, but it's towels for us to sit in fucking...
Oh, is this a black towel event?
It's a Yeah, where you and me sit next to a buffet in relative nudity and watch the horses.
That's a black towel event. Great afternoon was had. It was fucking hot as shit.
It was very hot. Shorty's squirter of a day at Shorty's.
Squirter of the day, and then we went up.
It was my wife's birthday, and I needed to do the right thing by my wife, and it would not have been a good look for me personally if I'd gone and got fucked up with a
Could
bunch
you
of
imagine
ladies.
if you'd been like, I'm leaving the car at Shorty's and I'm going to go down to the bloody
truck bar and fucking bend with Cooper Johns?
Yeah, that's when you wake up with that.
Well, that's when you wake up and your kids are staying with their
Well, there's a note.
grandma's house.
There's a note on the kitchen table. It's like we've left.
Yeah, we've left. We're staying at my mum's. You'll need to be out of the house by Monday.
And now that that's happened, the door's open. Now you're opening it up for all kinds of possibilities.
Yep.
Because maybe she goes to get a coffee with her mum, and maybe she runs into some like really hot, attractive, tall, strapping, fit, ripped man who is just saying all the right things at the right time.
But you know what? He's also a father as well. His marriage broke down, so he obviously knows what it's like.
But
But not for
his
me.
wife did it to him.
Yeah, his wife did
So
something.
his wife she went out to a golf day and ended up ripping and leaving the car.
Yeah.
And he just goes, I can't handle this
can't
anymore.
handle this
I just
anymore.
want to be a family
I just want to
man."
be a dad.
Yeah.
And now she's dating some guy who's probably South American.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I mean?
She's exactly right.
Accent.
Yeah.
Six pack.
Yeah.
Can salsa.
Yeah. And he's doing ayahuasca.
Well, he's open minded.
Yeah, he's open-minded.
He's open minded, and now she
And tantric
having
sex.
well, that's it. But now, and she, after having never been into any of the things that I used to, now she is doing DMT,
Yeah.
which I've been pushing on her, and mushrooms.
Yeah. Yep.
So
And you're home alone, laying in bed, holding photos of your family, thinking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Well, not even my own home. I'm now staying in a fucking.
Well, you're at my place.
Yeah, exactly.
In the
yeah,
shed.
Yeah. I'm out the back. I've set a swag up out the back in your car park, and keep telling you I'll be out soon. Just getting back on my feet.
Yeah, and you've jimmied up a bit of cover.
Yeah. Well, like a tarp, just so that I can collect water if I need it, because I don't want to come inside and annoy you guys. But I do observe you guys as a happy family when you bring home your daughter for the first time.
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, at the back.
Yeah, and you keep coming out and going, mate, you're going to have to go
It's
soon.
gotta go.
You're
Mate,
freaking out.
Ella's starting
Ella's
to wig
starting
out,
to get
mate.
pissed off, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she caught you fucking masturbating. What? I didn't think she was home. She came home, she forgot something, and you were hammering yourself in the back carport. That's if I'd gone to truck bar.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't. It's a slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope.
You know, you've got friends who are just good at everything. Or you know people.
I've
whether
got,
it's friends or-
I've got a couple of friends.
Well,
that
you
are,
just
yeah.
know people that are like, say they're good at sport, they're good looking, they're fucking
Yeah.
intelligent, they're creative, whatever. Like, it doesn't need to be all of those things at once. Nathan Cleary, good looking.
Yep.
He's good looking enough.
He's well.
Chicks like.
He's hooked up with a mate of mine.
Who?
I'm not gonna say.
Cut that out. Or just beep it.
It's a girl.
Just beep my mouth and cover my mouth, and then make sure you do it though, because that'll cause me some problems.
And make sure, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say who it is, but yeah, beep that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he's an artist. Did you know that?
As in a painter
Yeah, dude.
or a drawer.
No, like an art, drawer artist. So they
did not know
No,
that.
just don't tell me. Just hold. So the article was in the newspaper, right? So he was on holidays with Mary, and they were like fucking gallivanting around Europe and shit.
Yep.
And they must have gone to somewhere where you do like those drink and paint or something. And then they've been sharing on social media, and they shared it in this article, and I'm like, you see it, and you're just like, how the fuck can someone also be able to paint really well? Tobler.
Oh, he's that good.
Dude.
Mate, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, it is, but it's also not. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't
bro.
reckon I could get anywhere near that.
Nowhere near that.
You know what I mean?
Nowhere near that.
She looks fucked up.
Well, like it just doesn't.
Particularly her fucking eyes. Her eyes are weird as
Well,
shit.
it's like it doesn't look like.
But
her.
I tell you what he nails, like, and he's fucking a leader, her hair.
Yeah, the hair looks
The
See the
hair-
hair at the top? He's fucking
And then the
nailed
highlights at the
fuck
end.
He's
out of
nailed the frizziness of the hair, like at the ends.
Eyes, work to do on the eyes. That's okay.
Work to do on the eyes.
That's okay. The
Work
eyebrow's
to
pretty
do-
good.
Work to do more generally.
I think the eyes are weird. I keep
Yeah.
going back to the eyes. Eyes are weird.
Well, I think the
But
eyes
the
are.
hair, he has fucking nailed the hair. Look at the frizziness, the wispiness at the top.
Yeah.
Can we zoom in on that? Can we punch you
Can
on
we
that?
can we enhance?
Can we enhance that? Look at that. That's pretty good.
Love hearts in the ear holes. Interesting choice. A nice choice.
I would have gone at the bottom, buddy, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's true. You don't pierce the center.
Don't you
of the
reckon
ear.
that's impressive, the wispiness there?
I'd say the wispiness is impressive, yes.
The hair looks great. I was actually thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
He's done a really good job there.
He's had a great go of the hair.
Also, a nice two-tone of the hair as well.
Yeah,
Well,
the
it's a little balayage. It's a little balayage.
I'd say this, though. Maybe spent too much time on the hair and not enough on the physical.
I tell you what he's fucking spent no time on. The eyes and the nose.
The nose has had no work.
The eyes and the nose have had fucking no work.
I think the lips need a bit of work as well.
I'd say the whole face could be improved in terms of trying to look like Mary.
I'm really impressed with the hair.
I'm also trying to impress Ned, though, as well with the outgrowth. Because I feel like, even though he's younger than us, Edward,
but we do look up to him.
Well, we look up to him, right? And so it's like when you come in here and it's like we don't, we've grown. We only have one night.
I can see.
I'm on the long blacks. I'll see you at Centennial Park after this.
There's an energy in the room.
Bullshit.
I'll see you in there.
Are you 105 now?
No, I'm still at my heaviest, though. I'd say 104. You float between
Still in the
there.
dollar.
But I mean, that doesn't stop me running a brave 10Ks at Centennial Park.
I'm not going to lie. There has been moments where, like in my most recent 6 weeks of just resting, or 5 weeks or so, where I've turned on Strava just for to have a look, and I see a brave Burmo 5K in Centennial, and by God, it gets me going.
Does that turn you on?
I'm not kidding. And I hate to admit how much I fucking love it. Or it's on the promenade or whatever.
Yeah, up and down. Just fucking hammering.
You're a promenade guy.
I only do it off peak hours because I don't want to see anyone.
No lids off, promenade, middle of the day.
No, dude. No. Oh, there's a seal's been spotted running up and down the promenade. Fuck that.
Sunburn.
Yeah, sunburnt seal. But I'm
but your
glad
running's
it's good to
good?
know it's
Your
getting me
running's
going. Mate, they're fucking... If I can run 10Ks without my knees falling apart, a brave 10, then I'm fucking happy with it.
I think we've been distorted by how 10K. Some people would lose their fucking mind if they had to run 10K in a week.
Oh, fully.
I feel like just saying, "Oh, I went for a 10K," it's fucking incredible. Just the body. Not saying what you're doing is fucking incredible, but
You're not saying that, or you are saying I'm now
bit
lost?
of both. Bit of both.
I'm now
He's saying
trying
both.
Okay.
I'm saying you and everyone else. They put this fucking. It's like, I've only run 10K. It's like 10K is fucking incredible,
Dude.
Let's just
10Ks.
not talk shit about how.
Let's not talk shit about 10K.
Now listen,
Nah.
there are two things are true here. One,
However-
I didn't realize anyone was talking shit about my 10Ks, so that's got me.
No. No, I think if we go back, what I'm getting at is that I think I heard it only ran 10K.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
You did hear that.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is
that.
people need to be like, no, I just ran fucking 10K.
No,
Yeah.
and I'm with you.
You're absolutely right, Ned.
Before
I'm not,
we-
I'm being very generalised here. I'm
thank you.
trying not to. Yeah.
No,
Anyway.
that's nice. Before we started running marathons,
Yep.
and I said marathons plural because we've both run one. Well, and you too, but you've never run an official one, as far as I'm aware.
Yes, he has.
Oh, yeah,
I've done one.
He didn't break 3 hours.
Okay, I've done two. I broke 3 hours on my first official, and then my second one. Anyway, we don't. I'm not going to die on this
I was
Sydney
just being a
marathon hill.
cunt. I was
No,
just
it's fine. I'm not going to die on this Sydney marathon hill.
We've all run marathons.
Yeah, we have.
That's what we can say.
No, that's what we can say here, sitting here as equals.
Yeah,
that's right.
All I was saying is that 10K to me used to be terrifying. I'd be like, fuck off, I'm not running 10Ks. Now it's like, that's sort of what I would like to do every time I'm
That's your
running.
run.
If I've got time.
Well, the great lesson learned, we've been over it many times, is you don't need to do. You can run 6 minute Ks.
Yes.
Like you can dawdle.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to be
Again, let's not say dawdle, but it's called zone 2, Edward.
Well, you can didn't Clank call it the shuffle?
Clint?
Clank.
Clanker.
Clancy.
Oh, Clancy. I see. I don't call him Clank. I didn't know that. He might have called it the shuffle, yes. Shuffle I'm cool with. Dawdle I'm not cool with. Okay.
Dawdle's
Yeah,
like.
shuffle is still with intent. Dawdle is
Dawdle's
you're dawdling.
Yeah, I'm at the shops when I'm
Yeah,
dawdling. I'm in Bondi and Westfield.
Yeah, you don't want to be in Centennial dawdling.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Tom spotted dawdling at Centennial Park.
I was
10K
halfway through his
dawdle.
run
Put that
dawdle.
on your next Strava.
Yeah, 10K. Well, mine's all
Brave
about bravery.
Brave
Mine's
dawdle.
Yeah, bravery.
Yeah. From the highest of highs.
A brave dawdle. I like that.
That's fucking.
That was
disrespectful.
we'll get to the run, but I just want to
We do not have to.
There was a
sweet. No, we'll skip it.
There was a moment though when Tom and I went out there and you were fucking balls deep in that thing. And what did he say to you, Tom, in regards to your 5K?
Oh, dude, that was so funny. I'd run 5 that day. We'd been on the podcast and I was talking about how fucking tough it was because it was hot. It was a hot day. I was like, fuck, it was hot out there.
And I was like, how was your 5K?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, how's a 5K?
No.
You cunt. I was like, oh, it's a bit warm.
So I had no idea you guys were coming out. Thank you so much, obviously, as well. I want to have that on the public record for helping and supporting and being there. Obviously, the Dunnies could have done with some fucking aircon.
Hot shitters.
But they stacked up. And the removal of the one with the step and putting in
we had to make that
disabled one. That helped a lot. I fucking struggled. Like, obviously, when I listened to you guys, there's a lot of joy there, but I could not have any joy listening to you guys or anything for that matter. And then when I was listening, it was all of 15 minutes I listened to that podcast, and I think I fucking ended it when you go, yeah, brave 5K, hot Eddy, but fuck, I got it done. And I'm just like, and I know it was all a piss take. I know it was all like, what you guys are, but fuck me, I just ended it. And then 2 hours later, you guys rocked up. And I was like, I've got to rip this.
He didn't need to hear that.
No, not at all. And it actually made me, when you said it, it made me laugh. But then I was thinking about it and I'm like, that actually would have fucked me off no end if I was in his position. Hearing that, I would have like the fucking head noise and then me like, oh shit, she was hot out there. 5K is not even fucking half a mile still happening. I'm like... Just want to take a moment out of the podcast to thank our good friends at Ned's for their ongoing support. Couldn't do it without them. Obviously, you have a little flutter on the cricket here and there, but with the tennis starting, Eddie, in earnest, I am going to be having a look at a few tennis multis.
What are you liking, mate?
Well, obviously, I like Nick Kyrgios. Obviously, I like Novak Djokovic. Obviously, I like
Carlos Alcaraz.
I was going to say Jacob. I was going to say Jacob Kiraz, and I knew it was wrong.
Jacob Kiraz, I believe, plays for the Bulldogs.
Correct. And you honestly, even Ned's, as good as they are, would not allow me to bet on him to win games in the Australian Open.
Exactly, because there just wouldn't be a market for it.
Well, there wouldn't be one.
No.
But the tennis is on, and I'm going to be having a little flutter. I just wanted to shout out Ned's and let them know that when it happens, I'll be doing it with them.
100%, baby. Get behind Straya.
And go and follow our profiles because you can see the bets we're putting on. You can follow them if you want. I would suggest you don't, but you could.
Thanks, Neds.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Funners and dribblers. The sun is shining at least where I am, and the weather is hot at least where I am, and it is fucking glorious rosé drinking season, baby.
At least where you are.
At least where I am. Now, we have, as I said, extended our Boxing Day sale until we get back because I can't be fucked to change it. The code is BOXING. You get 20% off. The time to strike is now because the iron, punters and dribblers, is so hot.
Damn, dog. Get that big day rosé into your gob and down your gullet. And then
get it India and onto you.
It's good stuff. Big day rosé. That is at hellosport.shop. Baby. Code BOXING.
Well, you and I, on Friday, again, everyone's slipping into, it's silly season, obviously. Horizontal season's on the horizon. It was a fucking perler on Friday. I cannot overstate that. We'd nipped out for lunch, had an absolutely glorious day. Moods were as high as I've ever felt them.
Yep.
The place was pumping.
Yep.
Everywhere was just humming with life and energy. And the cricket's on, and we bowl them out for 150, and
where there were smiles on the faces.
People were smiling, people having a great time. Jovial, was probably the emotion of the day.
I think similar to when the announcement came across the old radio that World War II was ending. People were hugging and kissing in the streets.
You're talking about V-Day, baby.
Yeah.
Well, like May 8th something, 1945, everyone was just
That was the
losing it.
vibe. We got them out for 150. Boys are on. Summer's on. Boys are on.
Yeah. Think about the French when Paris was liberated, and you just got your tongue down some Sheila's throat, and everyone's just like
sailors coming home or leaving
and
port.
you just go out for one of the great orgies of all time, and you've realised the most evil cunts of all time. They've been kicked out of Paris, Tom.
Yeah,
and it wasn't burned
City of
down.
Love.
It wasn't burned down. It wasn't destroyed like many had feared.
Like
Tom,
the Library of Alexandria.
like the Library of Alexandria. Look into it. Look into it. It may have been moved elsewhere. Not important. Not important.
Yeah, like the Vatican.
Yeah. Like the Vatican. Yeah, look into the sealed section. Okay. Well, you can't look into it, but there's rumours. There's rumours. So think about that bloke who's just fucking punched on from Normandy all the way to Paris, and now he's got his penis in some absolute glamour. He's happy as Larry. He's happy as Larry. Yes. That was us.
That was us.
At like 6 p.m. on Friday.
Oh, we got them all out. 150 day one. We're on. Boys are on. Let's get in them bat.
Yep.
Even though I was still filled with the trepidation I imagined the man fucking a glamour was feeling, which is, are we sure the war's over? I know you're telling me it's over, but I'm sure there are still some boys in the front line we haven't got messages to.
Well, that's where...
Is it over?
Well, listen, Tom, it wasn't. Because then they had the Battle of the Bulge, Germany's last fucking offensive in the Ardennes. Lot of casualties, lot of death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not over.
Not over. Not by a long stretch.
We didn't live together, but you took my bed.
We did. We lived together.
On the fold out.
We did.
Fucking
You took my bed, though.
I did took your bed.
It was a
And then
sturdy
he took your
bed.
when he broke his leg.
Yes. Dude, your leg break story. Fuck,
we were reminiscing about
We
this
were
the other day.
laughing about that the other day. And we're but like,
I'm glad someone.
dude, I laugh about it all the time. I laughed about it when you're in
I tell a lot
hospital.
of
When you got the
people.
photo of you in hospital the next day, like, it spoke to the reason we were laughing
cut
at
my
that day.
pants off and the Uber driver
It
saw my
spoke.
dick.
It's a nice dick though, so it's all right. It's a dick you want to show off. The humor, the thing that was so funny was just was I think what we were talking about was just how like dumb boys are, and how do we just do dumb shit.
That's the context it was in.
And it was that, like, at our old house in Redfern, the attic had a skylight, and you can correct me if I get any of this story wrong, but the roof would slant, and it slanted down, and then it dropped off to another roof, all corrugated iron. The other roof was flat.
Yeah. And then there was one more floor, but like there was one more story. But
No. It was that, and then you got off the roof.
Yeah.
And then a couple of boys, we used to have these fucking huge parties, and this one night,
They
Chicka-
were fucking good parties.
They were
No,
great
but what
parties.
do we think-
Where after Wimbledon, for example,
Which was our ping pong
which is a
tournament.
ping pong tournament. It would start with the boys in the afternoon, and then the champions were crowned. And then by the end of the night, you're looking around, and every single corner of the house is filled.
And you
every
don't know
story.
people.
I don't know anyone. I'm like, who the fuck are these
Yeah.
people? And
the
everyone's
cops-
having the
the
time of
cops
their life.
coming
The
in.
cops would come in all the time,
The
but
cops
so
would say, you can keep having this party purely because we just don't have the resources to end it.
this.
Just can you get rid of the kids? I go to the back and
Kids?
they'd be like, Eshay, fucking 10-year-olds.
Yeah,
like,
well, listen,
you're out of here,
I
kid.
can't control an Eshay 10-year-old who's fucking, snuck out of the house.
Yeah, but it was
Although
one of
it's
those-
not
it
the
was-
place for you.
It were open houses, and I think if we could just talk numbers, we probably got into the 200-300, 400.
Yeah, no, they were
for a
fucking
terrace house.
swollen, the house. And it was like, not only that, but then at
Yeah,
some point
close-
tonight, I'm
At
going to
its peak,
sleep
maybe
here.
200, yeah.
That was what was ridiculous. Was at some point tonight, I'm going to lay down somewhere and go to sleep in this house that has just been completely fucking ransacked. But so the top roof slanted, and this one night, a few of the boys got up onto the roof and they were sitting there, and then you decided to have someone hold onto the skylight window, and then everyone would slide down, and like one would slide down and grab a leg. Then the next person would slide down and grab a leg. And
Like
then
monkeys in a barrel.
Correct.
That's what the game was called Monkeys in a Barrel.
And then Chicka slides down and misses the final leg. And I think Chapo tells the story of just sitting there and watching Chicka just like disappear over the fucking crevasse,
Fucking
the
movie.
event horizon.
I was hanging on to the gutter, and I was looking up at Chapo, and he goes, give me a hand, and I was like, oh, it's not that high, and I just go,
Like you're in fucking vertical limit where you're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to cut myself
So you
loose.
caught the gutter.
yeah, and I was like this, like full, like limp. Like
It was so bad.
So we hear this
And then
huge bang on the
we
roof.
were in the kitchen.
This huge bang on the roof, and then you hear this moaning, and you're like, "Oh fuck!" And I remember climbing up on the roof, and Chicka's there. He's just freshly broken his ankle. We didn't know at the time, but the only person who was also on the roof was Streety, butt naked, who had like just finished doing his Goodbye Horses rendition. So he's like laying there with his dick and balls tucked between his leg, and he's laying there with like a cigarette in his mouth, and Chicka's there being like, "Oh, oh." We have to like climb. The fact we got you off that roof.
No,
like,
we boosted him off a broken leg. That's what happened.
It was just,
Come on, give us your foot. And it's like
So-
a mashy fucking tib and fib, and then we bring him down, bring him to the couch, and because we're partying and we're having fun, he says it's all right, which we all say.
I was
in
like,
that
I've
moment.
just sprained my ankle.
And then luckily there was a nurse there that we all
Bonnie was there.
and it was a nurse who was a lot more sober than us and much more attractive than any of us, and she said, "I think that's broken."
yeah, that looks broken.
And we go,
I was like-
"Well, the hot chick said it's broken, so we should probably
It's
take
like,
it seriously."
Do you think we should go to hospital? And she goes, "Oh, I think it's broken." I was like, "Oh fuck."
Oh, that's such.
And
a
then we were all
fucking
too
bust,
fucked up,
dude.
and we
No,
went,
no.
"Listen, we're going to book you an Uber, and we're going to get you an
So
Uber to the hospital." 'cause we're not
Harvey
coming.
booked us an Uber, and it was, but Harvey used a fake name with Uber. His Uber name was Dustin. So I get thrown into the back of this Camry, no seatbelt, just like on like in the back of this seat, and this guy's like RPA. I'm like emergency. And he's like, "Okay." And we got there, and he goes like, and it's like, "Oh, we're here, brother." And I was like, "You're gonna have to help me. And I'm so sorry." So he throws on the hazards, and I'm like hobbling through the door with this Uber driver. It's
With
the
a leg
loveliest
that's
man.
flapping, like.
And the door opened, and there was a guy bleeding out of his nose into like this ice cream container, and he looked at me and he goes, "Oh." And I was hopping in there, and the registrar behind the counter goes like, "Oh fuck," and just opens the door, and this Uber driver helped me round the back.
Wasn't he calling you Dustin as well? Like he
Yeah.
thought
So-
your name was Dustin?
So I was talking to a doctor in the triage part, and I was like, "I've just fallen off a roof, it's so dumb. I'm so sorry." And he goes like, he goes, "How high was it?" I was like, "Oh, it's like the top floor of a terrace house." And he was like, "Okay." And then 2 minutes later, I'm on a backboard in this neck brace like this, and I'm fucking lying there, and these sort of doctors are cutting off all my clothes.
His moleskin trousers.
And
They're
like,
just-
like I'm struggling to undo my belt. Like, "Don't cut my belt!" Throw it off like that. And they cut me off. I'm there nude, and I'm just there in this neck brace. And the Uber driver's there. I'm like, "You can go now, mate." I'm all good.
The Uber driver saw
And
it.
he's just staring at your car. And he was like, they're like this, and like
5 stars.
every doctor's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And I'm like, "You can go now."
He's getting 5 stars.
Good luck, Dustin.
Good luck, Dustin.
Yeah.
Dude, you sent a photo the next day of you in it was just, I think I've still got it on I've got it on a phone or a hard drive somewhere, and it's just you in a hospital. Like we hadn't heard from you. It was like, "How's Chicka doing? What's
Well,
happening?"
I didn't have my phone.
But it was like one of you in bed, and it was just a top down, and it was you just with just the fucking full cast on your leg. And I know the whole thing was a nightmare for you. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life because it was just so dumb.
Like I had plaster from the tip of my big toe to my fucking gooch.
He fucked him up. That was when he hurt his hand. I thought they said he broke his hand. So obviously it was fine. It's just a burner, mate. You ever had one of those?
No,
Yeah, well, you probably haven't tackled that hard,
I wouldn't have.
No.
Like, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Not a great tackler. Let my old man down. He knows that. I know that. I've made my peace with
But
it.
does he talk about it ever?
Well, he would always pride himself on being a great tackler. At least that's what he told him. I've never seen him tackle because he's, he was getting on.
Yeah.
When we started talking, tackling. But I could tell that he was disappointed with my action, with my.
But we haven't ever had this conversation.
You and I.
No, you and him, like, together. Could you call him and be like, "Dad, did it disappoint you that I couldn't tackle?"
Yeah. Do you want me to call him and ask?
Do it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get this out of the way.
Let's get it out of the way, dude. There's fuck all else going on. We need to get this out of the way. Been too long.
Yeah, right.
Maybe let him know he's on the podcast
Yeah, I
as well,
will.
unlike Streety.
Hey, mate, you're just on the podcast. Just got a question for you. Mate, did it disappoint me that I couldn't tackle like you?
Clearly.
Yeah.
It made me question your heritage, Ed.
Yeah, I could tell because I'd come off the field and you're always just trying to show me how it was done, and I know that I just never reached. I made up with it with my speed though, didn't I, mate?
Committed as maybe you could have been.
Yeah.
Was there anything he did well?
Ed,
Yeah.
on the footy field or the soccer field?
No, the footy field.
Rugby, yeah.
I was quick though, wasn't I, mate?
Yeah, you were quick. Yeah,
Yeah.
once you got the ball, you were good. As long as there was no one in front of you. No step.
Yeah.
Oh no, step was all right.
No step.
No, it's all right. No, you're very accepting as a parent, Ed.
Oh, you are.
That's the way it was, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying you're accepting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But did you go to bed at night thinking like,
this kid's never going to tackle.
how much prouder you would have been of me if I could?
No, it didn't, you know. I just thought, well, you're not going to play for the Wallabies or Manly.
No.
Yeah, right. No, we've never really discussed that, but I always felt it.
Yeah. Maybe a coach or something.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Because you could hit him, couldn't you, mate?
Oh, well, when they ran into me, when you're skinny, you know, that's
He's being humble.
But you were all technique, though, weren't you, mate?
all technique, mate, all time.
Yeah. All right.
Myself, anyway, in my own head.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, you won a second grade comp, didn't you, mate?
Sorry?
Didn't you win a second grade comp with the Roos?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, I don't think anyone contributed much to me.
Oh, righto, mate.
Never made any great heights, no.
Yeah, well, there you go.
There we go.
Well, thank you for your time, fella.
Righto. Thanks, Eddie.
See you, mate.
See you, mate.
See you guys.
It's the old man there. Telling me what I already knew.
Yeah, but it's good to the laughter, the length of laughter was like, he's on to me. Yeah, he knew.
No, fucking oath he knew.
No,
Yeah.
but he knew that that was a knowing laugh. It was like, I have felt that the whole time.
But it was almost, he was laughing because he probably thought it would never be discussed.
Yes.
And now after all these years, like my last game of footy would have been
20 years ago.
At school. So when's that? 16 years ago.
2008.
2008. 16 years ago.
It's probably nice to get that cleared up though, right? Like you don't want to leave things unsaid.
No. Oh, fuck no.
And now you know that you were an embarrassment.
Could you two just not talk anymore?